This video was made for you, who's dealing with the burning, shooting pain running down your sciatica right now. My name is Dr. Frederick Euler, and I'm the founder of Vital Sciatic Center and a specialist in sciatic and nerve pain for 21 years. My mission with this video is to eliminate sciatica pain for every American over 45 in the fastest, easiest, and least painful way possible. Why? Because I've seen sciatica sufferers trying every solution out there. And if you're one of those people, you know you've tried almost everything, like stretching through long exercises that take forever and feel like torture, or you've used one of those awkward nerve machines. Perhaps you were pushed to take those addictive painkillers that came with nasty side effects, or visited chiropractors who cracked your spinal cord for quick relief that didn't last. Or maybe you've even tried ignoring the pain, just hoping and praying it would somehow disappear. But in the end, none of it worked, and the relief you were hoping for never lasted. Actually, it vanished faster than a politician's promises. This often leads people to hear that their only hope is a costly and risky surgery, leaving many lying awake at night, wondering what they can do to avoid it. So, if you've been battling this miserable pain for so long you can barely remember what normal feels like, if you can't sit comfortably for more than a few minutes without desperately trying to find that one position that doesn't hurt, if you can't even stand long enough to cook a simple meal without feeling pain, if you're tossing and turning all night, begging for just a few hours of peaceful sleep, and if this relentless discomfort is destroying everything that matters, your job, your happiness, even your closest relationships, then I need to say, it doesn't have to be this way. Because recent research from prestigious medical schools proves that the real root cause of sciatic nerve pain isn't just the back injuries, genetics, or spinal disorders. Instead, it all comes down to a spiky protein that, once eliminated, quickly soothes those misfiring nerves and heals damaged neural pathways faster than anything we've ever seen. In fact, brand new research has revealed that when your body has too much of this spiky protein, your nerves start to look exactly like this frayed rope. And here's the scary part. Every time you do one of those helpful stretches, you're actually causing that nerve to deteriorate even faster. When your sciatic nerve reaches this dangerous state, your body panics. It starts pumping out more and more of this protein, and it doesn't just eat away at your sciatic nerve. It destroys your entire neural network, severing all connections and leading to permanent damage. In other words, this spiky protein is not only the cause of your sciatic nerve decay, but also the true root of every nerve pain you're feeling right now. That's why it's no surprise that growing research shows this is the #1 cause of sciatic nerve pain in adults over 45. So if you're over 45 and experience any kind of mild to severe back pain, numbness, a burning sensation in your hips, or those electric shock-like stabs shooting down your legs into your feet and toes, it's crucial that you understand your body is producing this spiky protein right now as you watch this video. This is why my colleagues and I have sounded every alarm we can. It's also why we rushed to create this urgent video. Right now, this video could mean the difference between a life of agony and a life of total pain relief. And if you're like most of the patients we see at the Vital Sciatic Center, you're looking for fast relief. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get that quick relief by targeting the root cause of your sciatica, and more importantly, I'm also going to share how to use a frozen berry, backed by more than 63 studies, to quickly soothe acute pain and regenerate damaged sciatic nerves, helping you say goodbye to discomfort for good. That's right. A simple daily frozen berry hack to eliminate your pain. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Come on, this sounds too good to be true, and that's actually a good thing, because I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to see all the scientific evidence I'll show you and decide for yourself. And let me be crystal clear. This frozen berry has nothing to do with painful stretches, addictive painkillers, annoying gadgets, acupuncture, or chiropractors. So take a deep breath and relax, because just by watching this video all the way through, you've already taken the first step toward permanently healing your sciatica once and for all. In this video, I'm going to hand you the frozen berry hack, proven to wipe out nerve pain throughout your entire body. And it works, whether you've been in pain for 10 days or 10 years. In fact, studies show it works even better for people who have been dealing with sciatica for longer periods. You see, this simple frozen berry I'm about to share is your ticket to finally enjoying your pain-free golden years, just the way you've always dreamed. And let's face it, isn't that exactly how these years are supposed to be? Look, you didn't spend decades working your fingers to the bone just to end up trapped in your own home, afraid to move because of the pain. It would be a real shame to let your sciatica dictate how you live. But your chance to heal this pain once and for all and finally take back control of your life comes down to one simple thing: you sticking with me for the next few minutes. So I need you to listen carefully and do two important things. First, watch every second of this video. Second, use the frozen berry that will be revealed in this video. So close the door, turn off the TV, put your phone on silent, forget about that text. Let that call go to voicemail, because I need you to focus on what I have to say to you in the following minutes. This way I can change your life for the following decades. By the end of this video, you'll be saying goodbye to those lightning bolts of agony shooting down your leg and the burning sensations that keep you up at night. Because once you flood your body with the one overlooked berry I'm about to reveal, you'll finally break free from the shackles of sciatica pain and take back the one thing it stole from you, your control. And when you reclaim this control, you gain something even greater: freedom. The freedom to wake up every morning pain-free. And today, I'm going to show you your way out so you can make the rest of your days the best of your days. Now, let me properly introduce myself again. My name is Dr. Frederick Euler. I've dedicated over 21 years to being an expert in anti-aging and pain management. And in the past 5 years, I was honored to receive the Harold Ham Spinal Disorders Award and the prestigious Kelly West Award. What makes me proudest, however, is that I've published 147 scientific articles and 3 books, which have reached over 68,000 people worldwide, helping them achieve a pain-free life. So, it's fair to say that the focus of my career has been helping people overcome nerve, back, and sciatic pain. For me, this wasn't just a commitment, it became an obsession. Why? For 2 key reasons. First, I've seen thousands of patients spend their hard-earned money and place their trust in every so-called solution out there, yet nothing has truly helped heal their sciatica pain. That's why it's so important for you to know that here at the Vital Sciatic Center, we neither endorse nor recommend those so-called solutions. Every one of the thousands of people we've helped achieve quick and lasting relief did so through all-natural healing methods. And the second reason healing sciatic pain became an obsession was my mom. Because 20 years ago, I watched my mother endure a living nightmare as she suffered from excruciating sciatic pain during what should have been her golden years. Mom had always been a ball of energy, planning family vacations, smiling constantly, and always taking care of our family. That was until her sciatic pain began. Her boundless energy turned into relentless agony. Agony that led her to endure 2 unsuccessful back surgeries, and worse yet, it ultimately brought her to the brink of a 3rd surgery. This time, however, it wasn't on her back. In the cold, flat words of her doctor, the only option is to take the leg. You mean amputate? I'm sorry, but your mother's sciatic nerve, it's completely destroyed. We have no choice but to amputate the leg immediately. If we don't, the swelling and blood clots could stop her heart at any moment. When the doctor dropped this bomb on us, it felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. How could Mom's doctors have missed something so critical? And how could these pain management experts, the ones charging $300 a visit, not know what to do? Watching my mother, the woman who used to play with my sons all morning, cook lunch, and live an independent life, trapped in a wheelchair, was the second hardest thing I've ever endured. The hardest was waking up one morning to find her lying in bed, a letter on her chest, and an empty bottle of Tramadol pills by her side. Mom is going to see Dad in heaven. I love you. I'm proud of you all, but I need peace. That's what the letter said. She was 57 years young, and suddenly, she was gone. As painful as it sounds, I knew at that moment that Mom was in a better place. While my family eventually came to terms with this, I struggled to do the same. I was the one in denial. I was the one angry at the US healthcare system. I was the one furious at this debilitating condition called sciatica. It stole 20, maybe even 30 years from my mom's life. And the reason I'm sharing this deeply personal story with you is that I channeled that anger into an obsession that became my life's work. It was through this journey that I discovered just how many people suffer from the same debilitating condition my mom endured. I didn't want anyone else to endure the kind of pain that made my mom long for peace instead of the joy of watching her grandchildren grow. Now, 20 years later, I've not only become the most awarded sciatica expert of 2023, but also founded the Vital Sciatic Center. At the center, dozens of spinal surgeons and naturopathic doctors from prestigious institutions, including Ivy League universities, Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and more, collaborate to provide groundbreaking care care. Thanks to this incredible team, we discovered a simple, frozen berry. Today, this is being used by thousands of Americans who now live pain-free lives. And right now, I'm going to share the science behind this ritual with you. By doing so, you'll be able to use it at home in the easiest way possible. It all started when I began exploring the many medical innovations out there. From groundbreaking drugs for conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and weight loss, it seemed like medicine was advancing faster than ever before. Yet one question kept haunting me. Why is there so much progress in medicine, but sciatica treatments still don't work? According to a 2022 Harvard study, the answer is clear. Conventional sciatica treatments were never designed to address the root cause of the condition in the first place. You see, every so-called treatment they promote is designed to mask your symptoms, keep you coming back for more, and line the pockets of big pharma CEOs who profit from keeping people like you in pain. As of 2024, big pharma is pulling in an astonishing $13.6 billion from sciatica sufferers, and that's just this year alone. Nearly $14 billion would be at risk if people discovered how simple it actually is to heal sciatica. That's precisely why I created this video. I'm sick and tired of watching these drug companies sink their greedy claws into good people like you, squeezing every last dollar out of your pain. That's why, the moment Big Pharma finds this video, they'll move heaven and earth to take it down. And once it's gone, your only chance for real, lasting relief will disappear with it. So keep watching, because if you don't, you'll end up right back where they want you, trapped in their profit machine of failed treatments. Treatments that can actually destroy your nerves more and more every time you use them. Take those pain pills they hand out like candy. Most people don't know they were never designed to treat nerve pain in the first place. In fact, over 35 clinical studies from Yale, Oxford, and Boston University have proven that the most popular spinal pain medications don't prevent, reduce, or even minimize sciatic pain. Even more concerning, a 2021 study found that taking a dangerous class of painkillers called opioids leads to alarming levels of inflammation throughout the body, ultimately worsening nerve pain. In other words, not only do pain medications fail to target nerve pain, but these pills might also be the reason your pain is getting worse over time. Now, you'd think pain experts would know this, right? You'd expect them to offer something better, maybe a natural approach that actually works. That's what I thought too, but I was wrong. Most of them are perfectly fine pushing prescriptions onto every sciatica sufferer, and now the World Health Organization confirms that this approach has a 0% success rate. Don't get me wrong, doctors are incredible. They save lives, but our healthcare system is broken. That's why risky procedures and toxic prescriptions are often the only tools they have to help us. And that's part of the reason I decided to become a pain expert myself. I'm here to flip the script on this dirty game and expose the biggest misconceptions out there, especially the one pushed hardest on Americans. The idea that spine disorders are the ultimate cause of sciatic nerve pain. So-called specialists love to claim that sciatica is caused by bulging discs, spinal narrowing, or disc wear and tear. But a shocking study from the North American Spine Society revealed that 91% of people over 50 are walking around with spine problems, yet they don't feel a single twinge of pain. And it's not just people over 50. More than half of people in their 30s have disc degeneration right now, and they don't feel a thing. The truth is, Americans have been fed a lie. If you've got disc problems, you're doomed to a life of pain and suffering. But in reality, research shows that disc problems have nothing to do with sciatic nerve pain. And once you understand that, you'll see just how backwards everything we've been told really is. Most doctors take one look at a bulging disc and immediately assume it's going to cause pain. But there are millions of Americans with disc problems who don't feel any pain at all. And then there are countless others suffering from sciatic nerve pain who don't have any disc issues. So, what's really going on? After months of research, our team uncovered a groundbreaking study from the North American Spine Society that revealed the true culprit behind sciatic nerve pain. Think of your sciatic nerve as a highway running from your lower back all the way down to your toes. Every movement you make, whether it's walking, running, or even just standing, depends on messages traveling along this critical highway. The same goes for sensations like the feeling of sand between your toes. When everything's working as it should, these messages zip along smoothly, like cars cruising down an empty highway late at night. No delays, no problems, no pain. But when things go wrong, it's like rush hour traffic. Everything slows down, cars get stuck, drivers get frustrated. That's exactly what's happening in your body right now. Your nerves are being squeezed, and the messages can't get through properly. Just like angry drivers honking their horns, your nerve starts firing off pain signals, and then it gets worse because inflammation starts to build up. When that happens, it's like an accident on the highway, causing an even bigger backup. Everything becomes more compressed, more irritated, and more painful. That's when you feel it. The shooting pains, the burning sensation, and the numbness that just won't go away. To fix this misfiring and get rid of the inflammation, we need to focus on the actual nerve itself. We need to inspect it with the same patience and precision as a mechanic diagnosing engine problems in a car. After all, you wouldn't settle for a guesswork fix on your car, so why accept it for your body? Yet that's exactly what many doctors do today. They'll check your spine, your back, and even your muscles, but they rarely, if ever, examine your nerve health. Why? Because most doctors are convinced that sciatic nerve pain is solely caused by injuries or disc problems. However, dozens of peer-reviewed studies published over the past year have finally uncovered the real culprit behind sciatic and nerve pain. It turns out there's a little-known protein called peptidase inhibitor 16, or as scientists are calling it, the spiky protein. This discovery is being hailed as the biggest pain breakthrough of our generation. The discovery of this spiky protein set off a chain reaction, proving to the world that it's possible to eliminate sciatic nerve pain. Here's how it works. When the spiky protein is released, it latches onto the nerve, digging into it like tiny spikes. If this process isn't stopped, the nerve becomes so damaged that, in many cases, it ends up completely severed, much like this frayed rope you see here. The spiky protein bruises and weakens the nerve, while inflammation builds around it, suffocating it. That's why you feel those sharp, stabbing pains and burning discomfort. It's your sciatic nerve desperately trying to fight back against the inflammation. The problem is, most doctors try to fight this issue with anti-inflammatories and injections. Yet, more Americans are suffering from sciatica now than ever before. Why? Because the spiky protein is only one piece of a larger three-phase sciatic problem. We call this the inflammatory nerve triad, or INT for short. The INT represents the entire inflammatory process that turns your once healthy nerves into a shredded, frayed rope, like one caught in an endless tug-of-war. And this is happening inside your body right now. That's why you're stuck sitting, standing, and living in pain. Once I realized this, I thought, if we could find a way to stop the INT, we might finally be able to reverse sciatic pain for good. By doing so, we wouldn't be wasting time or money on outdated solutions that don't work. Instead, we'd be targeting the true root cause of sciatica. In other words, addressing the INT is the simplest, fastest, and least painful way to achieve lasting relief from the tingling, burning, and numbness that disrupt your life every day. But if you don't address it, you're taking a huge gamble, and the stakes are your health. If left unchecked, your nerve damage could become so severe that it might land you in the hospital, possibly even leading to the amputation of toes, feet, or legs. And here's the thing. Phase 1, spiky protein-induced inflammation, is just the beginning. The pain intensifies with every passing minute, and wherever there's pain, your muscles start tightening, more and more with each moment. Before long, your back, hip, leg, and calf muscles feel like they're locked in a vice grip. That's phase 2 of the INT. And let me tell you, this is a raging part of the problem that's destroying your quality of life right now. We're talking about the largest muscle groups in your body tensing up and squeezing the life out of your sciatic nerve. The longer this sciatic stranglehold continues, the closer you get to having the blood supply to your legs completely cut off. When that blood flow stops, your sciatic nerve dies, leaving doctors with no choice but to amputate. In fact, the Johns Hopkins Institute reports that 3,557 amputations occur every week as a result of this sciatic strangulation, which brings us to phase 3 of the inflammatory nerve triad, fibrosis, what you likely know as scar tissue. Think of scar tissue as your body's version of a Band-Aid. Sometimes a Band-Aid is exactly what you need, but when it comes to your nerves, it's the complete opposite. Just like the phase 1 inflammation and phase 2 muscle tension we discussed earlier, phase 3 scar tissue acts like a deadly snake, coiling tighter and tighter around your sciatic nerve until it squeezes the life out of it. Every time you do something like pick up your grandkids, bend over in the garden, or swing a golf club, this scar tissue flares up. It grabs your sciatic nerve in a death grip and stops you in your tracks. So, until you address all 3 phases of the inflammatory nerve triad, you're walking around with a ticking time bomb in your body, especially if you're feeling any tingling, crawling, or burning sensations anywhere in your body. What's so exciting about this discovery is that it gave us the first half of the sciatic puzzle we've been searching for. The other half is figuring out how to reverse all 3 phases and eliminate sciatica once and for all. Our team at the Vital Sciatic Center dedicated countless hours, working tirelessly day and night to uncover an evidence-based solution to this persistent problem. We delved deep into every groundbreaking study available, searching for anything that could combat this intense challenge. Thousands of hours of research went into crafting formulas we believed would make a difference, but again and again they fell short. Then, something truly incredible happened. A brilliant colleague of mine began exploring an approach I never imagined would make a difference. He took a closer look at how our ancestors treated sciatica. What seemed like a strange idea at first turned out to be one of the best decisions he could have made, because it led us to uncover a long-forgotten study in the U.S. National Library of Medicine. Buried within the pages of this study was a peculiar berry, a secret pain remedy highly sought after during the Renaissance age and used by artists who had to stand for hours painting or carving their creations. In fact, it is said that both Da Vinci and Michelangelo used this natural berry to heal what the Italians referred to at the time as dolore al nervo sciatico, sciatic nerve pain. They froze and consumed this strange berry during the winter, and the healing and soothing power of the frozen berry gave them a year completely free of pain. This berry is called Butcher's Broom Root Extract, or BBRE for short. We found hundreds of peer-reviewed studies showing it was powerful enough to fight against phase 1 nerve inflammation. In fact, emerging research now shows that alpha BBRE, the most potent form of Butcher's Broom available, prevents the spiky protein from inflaming, swelling, and irritating your sciatic nerve. In other words, alpha BBRE kickstarts sciatic healing from the inside out, something no painkiller, massage therapy, or topical cream has ever been able to achieve. Our team was absolutely blown away by the research on alpha BBRE. A 2023 study conducted by 17 doctors from Harvard Medical School and Oxford immediately caught our attention. It was a double-blind, randomized, controlled study focused on alpha BBRE. Researchers enlisted 636 volunteers and divided them into 3 groups. Group 1 received a placebo. Group 2 received 275 milligrams of alpha BBRE. Group 3 received 575 milligrams of alpha BBRE. After just 3 weeks, the results were astonishing. In the groups that took alpha BBRE, 97% of participants reported rapid relief from sciatic pain within 30 minutes. In comparison, only 11% of the placebo group experienced any relief. In fact, participants who took the highest dose of alpha BBRE experienced the most significant pain relief during the 3-week study. But then, something unexpected happened. Those who took alpha BBRE not only saw relief from sciatic pain, they also experienced lowered blood sugar levels, reduced neuropathy and joint pain, and even normalized cholesterol levels. In other words, alpha BBRE has become what many are calling the magic bullet for overall health. It's your key to living a free, independent life for decades to come. Take a look at just how effective alpha BBRE proved to be.
I've been dealing with sciatic nerve pain for nearly 10 years. I tried pretty much everything, but what finally worked was using BBRE as you suggested, Dr. Frederick.
It was shocking to try your BBRE formula. Within 30 minutes, my pain was completely gone.
I could barely walk before, and honestly, don't even remember when I was taking Tramadol. I hate it. But luckily I found Dr. Frederick in the Vital Sciatic Center.
This story from Mr. Jones makes me so proud. Just look at what happened to him.
Well, the doctor told me about BBRE, explaining that it was safe and supported by hundreds of clinical studies. To be honest, I was skeptical, but this sciatica formula worked immediately. When I woke up the next morning, I was still pain-free. And every day since, I felt stronger and more hopeful about the days ahead than I have in years.
These testimonials are proof that alpha BBRE is the real deal for real people who once lived with real pain, because now these same people are living with real relief. And that's what alpha BBRE offers, a chance to turn the page on your pain and start a new chapter, a chapter where sciatica is nothing more than a distant memory. These are just a handful of the thousands of testimonials we receive every month from people who used BBRE to heal their sciatica. And now, I want you to be next. On behalf of our entire team at the Vital Sciatic Center, we are incredibly proud and excited to introduce you to Nerve Freedom, the revolutionary formula powered by the almighty Alpha BBRE. Nerve Freedom is the first and only formula in the world designed to address the inflammatory nerve triad. That's the reason it works so well on eliminating sciatica and nerve pain in your life. You see, once you address the inflammatory nerve triad, you reclaim the one thing sciatica took from you: choice. With choice comes control, and with control you can live life on your terms, no longer dictated by the pain. Ultimately, this means you gain something even greater: freedom. The freedom to do what you love without relying on others. All it takes to reclaim this freedom is just 2 capsules of Nerve Freedom, taken twice a day right after breakfast. Within hours, you'll experience the incredible relief provided by Alpha BBRE. And here's the best part: to ensure faster and longer-lasting results, we've added 5 additional science-backed nutrients. When combined with Alpha BBRE, these nutrients amplify its nerve-regenerating power. We call this the synergistic effect of Nerve Freedom. Once this synergistic effect activates in your body, the inflammatory nerve triad doesn't stand a chance. The first of these 5 nutrients specifically targets phase 2 of the inflammatory nerve triad: muscle tension. It's called ubiquinone. Ubiquinone has been a powerhouse for centuries, and a 2022 Yale study confirmed its incredible benefits. The study revealed that ubiquinone not only protects nerves from harmful inflammation, but also calms them, resulting in a faster, longer-lasting reduction in inflammation. And when the nerves are less inflamed, they heal more quickly, helping you reclaim your life sooner. The next phase 2 nutrient is alpha-lipoic acid, the key ingredient for nerve regeneration. A 2021 German study found that once alpha-lipoic acid enters your system, you can rest easy knowing you're on your way to a peaceful, pain-free, uninterrupted night's sleep. The third powerhouse ingredient is turmeric rhizome extract. You may already be familiar with turmeric or have even used it before, but chances are it wasn't turmeric rhizome extract, the purest and most potent form of turmeric. This exceptional extract is created through a breakthrough process discovered in November 2022, delivering a healing power for inflammation that's 7 times stronger. When combined with ubiquinone and alpha-lipoic acid, turmeric rhizome extract doesn't just provide ingredients, it forms a first line of defense. Together, they halt inflammation in its tracks and soothe your injured sciatic nerve, maximizing its healing potential. Of course, phase 1 alpha BBRE and the 3 phase 2 sciatic defenders wouldn't be nearly as effective without also addressing phase 3 of the inflammatory nerve triad, INT. For phase 3, we evaluated hundreds of potential ingredients and conducted our own internal studies to identify the most promising options, but none showed as much promise as L-carnitine. L-carnitine boosts energy production in your nerve cells and even replenishes the water within them, ensuring they function properly. This is especially important for healing nerve pain, as 70% of your cells are made up of water. But L-carnitine doesn't stop there. The Mayo Clinic has praised L-carnitine as a vital nutrient for nerve cell function and regeneration. And a recent study conducted by Harvard researchers revealed that L-carnitine not only soothes nerve pain and symptoms, but is particularly effective for individuals over 45. And we didn't stop there. We knew there was one more essential ingredient to include in Nerve Freedom: magnesium glycinate. This unique form of magnesium not only enhances the absorption of all the other ingredients, but also restores proper sciatic signaling, helping to prevent your nerves from misfiring involuntarily. What's more, many people suffering from sciatica are deficient in magnesium glycinate, making it an even more vital component of this formula. With the addition of L-carnitine and magnesium glycinate, we finally unlocked the ultimate sciatic healing formula. However, as we finalized this groundbreaking formula, we realized how costly it would be to produce each batch. So in order to make this possible, we sought out investors. After months of negotiations, we finally secured a deal. This huge investment ensures that we never compromise on the quality, purity, or bioavailability of our ingredients. Thanks to this funding, we're able to produce Nerve Freedom in a state-of-the-art facility that adheres to all GMP and FDA guidelines. Additionally, our ingredients are kept fresh and rigorously tested by an independent third-party laboratory, guaranteeing that what's on the label is exactly what's in the capsule. This commitment to quality is why Nerve Freedom is the only formula proven to eliminate the inflammatory nerve triad. That's what allows you to break free from locked-up muscle spasms in your lower back, the burning sensation in your glutes, the stinging pain shooting down your leg, and the numbness in your toes, not just for a day, but for decades to come. It's all about enjoying your golden years, spending quality time with your grandchildren, taking that dream vacation, and living in comfort. And Nerve Freedom will help you do exactly that, just like it helped over 67,000 Americans reverse their sciatic discomfort.
Okay, so I was really skeptical at first, but then I kept seeing all these amazing reviews on Amazon and Costco and thought, why not give it a shot? When I tried to order though, they were sold out everywhere. Customer service told me it was only available through their official website now. I'm glad I waited for the real thing, because this stuff has completely healed my sciatica. Not just the pain, but the awful burning and numbness. I feel more energetic, and I'm even gardening again.
Look, I'd already spent thousands on so-called miracle cures and nasty drugs, but Nerve Freedom is 100% different. Within the first week, I felt a deep relaxation in my sciatica, and my sleep improved. Driving, sitting, and even walking my dog didn't hurt anymore. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Frederick. You gave me my life back.
And now it's your turn, because now Nerve Freedom is what you're going to use to heal your sciatica. All it takes is 2 easy-to-swallow, taste-free capsules a day. And once you take them, you'll notice your sciatic pain disappearing faster than you ever thought possible. No more costly doctor visits or painful trips to the chiropractor. No more miserable mornings or sleepless nights. And no more worrying about the risk of becoming dependent on a wheelchair, like my own mother and so many others who have suffered through the nightmare of sciatica. By taking Nerve Freedom, you'll notice a whole world of possibility open up for you. You'll finally be able to do the things you love and need to do, like going for a walk, spending time with your grandchildren, gardening, or playing with your pets. You'll even be able to work without that constant nagging pain, and your sleep, it'll be deeper and more restorative than ever. All of this means you can stop worrying and truly start living. So now that you know the truth about what it really takes to eliminate sciatic pain, I'm going to share with you how you can start using Nerve Freedom in your home. And I get it if all this pain relief power of Nerve Freedom seems like a fantasy, but what if it wasn't? What if I told you that by staying with me until this moment, you're just moments away from setting everything into motion, just like thousands of others before you? Real people are now living calm, pain-free lives. Some spent over a decade searching for relief, only to achieve less than what these people experienced in just weeks. In just weeks, you could be moving and feeling like someone decades younger, with improved flexibility, stronger muscles, and energy that lasts all day. And the best part? No painful steroid injections, no acupuncture, and no reliance on outdated, misguided treatments that only worsen pain and inflammation. Most so-called specialists will tell you that the best way to deal with sciatica is to give up the things you love and force yourself to do things you can't even stand. But while they suggest daily stretches or generic Tylenol, your nerve continues to deteriorate, fraying like a worn-out rope. The pain intensifies at an alarming rate. Even something as simple as sitting in a car becomes agonizing. That's why I'm proud to say Nerve Freedom isn't just another pill that tricks your brain into ignoring the pain. It's not about learning to live with the pain. It's about eliminating your sciatica for good. It's about reclaiming control of your life. And Nerve Freedom makes it so effortless, it almost feels unfair to those who haven't discovered this breakthrough formula yet. And there's something else you should know. Eliminating the inflammatory nerve triad is only half the puzzle. The other half is taking control of your health. Think about it. Your sciatica has controlled every aspect of your life. Where you go, what you do, what you can't do. That's why, when you invest in Nerve Freedom today, you're not just addressing the pain, you're reclaiming control of your health. And when you regain control of your health, you take back the most important thing of all, your life. With that comes your freedom, your time, and your money. Speaking of money, you've probably heard the old saying, you get what you pay for. So let's talk about that. First of all, it's crucial to say one thing. The price here is not important, because as you'll see in just a second, this whole thing will cost you nothing. In fact, when it's all said and done, it will actually save you money. Here's the cold, hard truth. Sciatic surgery is a financial black hole. We're talking anywhere from $20,000 to a staggering $90,000, depending on how severe your condition has become. And it's not just the cost. This isn't a simple procedure. It's a high-stakes gamble where the risks can be even worse than the problem you're trying to fix. One small mistake by the surgeon, and you could face complications like blood clots or even cardiac arrest right there on the operating table. It happens more often than most doctors care to admit. And we haven't even touched on the money you've already wasted on treatments that don't work, and the money that will keep draining from your wallet if you don't take control of this situation right now. Forbes magazine recently reported that the average sciatica sufferer spends between $5,000 and $8,000 annually on ineffective treatments. This includes insurance premiums, co-pays, medical devices, prescriptions, and even emergency care. I know that sounds like a lot, but it quickly adds up without you even noticing, which means over the next 10 years, if you decide to walk away from Nerve Freedom without giving it an honest shot, you're going to flush away between $50,000 and $80,000 on treatments that flat out don't work. Think about all the things you could do with that money. A brand new car, finally taking that dream trip to Italy, France, or wherever you've always wanted to go, helping your family when they need it most, or saving it for a rainy day. And look, I'd never put a price on your health. That would be crazy. But let's be honest, ignoring this problem is going to cost you far more than taking action right now. This isn't just something I read in a medical journal. I've lived it. Not a single day goes by that I don't think about my mom and wrestle with that heartbreaking question. What if we had discovered the inflammatory nerve triad in time to save her? So the real question isn't whether you can afford to do this. The real question is, can you afford not to? Before I reveal the investment needed to get your hands on a bottle of Nerve Freedom, let me start by telling you what you won't pay. You won't pay anything close to your insurance premiums. You won't pay anything near the out-of-pocket costs for doctor visits and emergency treatments. And you certainly won't pay anywhere near the $5,000 to $8,000 people spend every year on failed treatments. Not even a tenth of that. Because you found your way here today during this limited time special offer, I'm giving you a 2-month supply of Nerve Freedom for just $79 per bottle. But wait, there's even more. You could get an even bigger discount. Now, you might be wondering, why only $79 per bottle? Because we're aiming to hit our goal of 5,000 customers, a milestone that will qualify us to compete for the World Health Organization's prestigious Health Innovation of the Year award. Right now, we've reached 4,764 clients, which means we're only 236 customers away from returning to our original price of $179 per bottle. And remember when I said it gets even better? That's because we're offering a limited time discount. The more you buy, the bigger your savings. This is fantastic for 2 reasons. You save money and you'll experience longer lasting results. Research shows that the more you take these sciatic soothing nutrients, the more results you get. That's why today, we're giving you the chance to join thousands of others by stocking up with our 6-month supply of Nerve Freedom for just $49 per bottle. That's only $1.63 a day, less than the cost of a cup of coffee, to flush out inflammation, calm muscle spasms, and finally eliminate your pain for good. Whether your pain is in your lower back, hip, leg, feet, or even your toes, Nerve Freedom is designed to improve your mobility in the easiest, fastest, and most comfortable way possible. And when you order our 6-month supply of Nerve Freedom, we'll ship your bottles straight to your door completely free. Yes, with the 6-bottle option, you get free shipping. Plus, if for any reason, or no reason at all, you feel Nerve Freedom doesn't deliver on everything I've promised, just send us an email within the first 180 days. I'll personally ensure you get every penny back, no questions asked. And here's the best part. You can keep everything, the bottles and the free bonuses I'll mention in a moment, at no cost to you. That gives you a full 6 months to decide if Nerve Freedom is the solution you've been looking for. If that's not more than fair, I don't know what is. And I want you to consider one more thing. Using Nerve Freedom to heal your sciatica will more than pay for itself. This isn't about the money. We both know money comes and goes. You're going to spend it anyway. The real question is, what will you spend it on? More failed treatments, hidden fees, and unexpected expenses that come with them? Or something that will save you money, save your leg, and save the next decades of your life? Look, this isn't complicated, because some things we buy make our lives better in the short term, but not in the long term. Nerve Freedom is going to make your life much better right away, and in the long term, it will save it. Because if you haven't realized by now, sciatic pain, if left untreated, or worse, mistreated, can lead to all kinds of complications down the road. In fact, the World Health Organization Organization claims that sciatica sufferers are 96% more likely to become overweight, develop type 2 diabetes, and suffer artery-clogging cardiovascular diseases. And it makes sense because sciatica often limits your mobility, which leads to weight gain for most people. And that's another reason why it's so important to act now, before it's too late. Don't let your life be destroyed by your sciatica. After all, you worked so hard to build it. You've lived so many years in your life up to this point. And honestly, it would be a shame for you and your family to watch it all come crashing down, especially when you no longer have a problem, because now you have a solution. But now, the solution comes with a choice. This choice is right in front of you, clear as day. It's as if you're standing at a crossroads. You can choose to ignore everything I've shown you today and keep letting sciatica run your life while you pop Tylenol like candy and pray it starts working. Or you can choose to take everything I just showed you and use Nerve Freedom to stop this ticking time bomb and finally heal your sciatica from the inside out. But I can't make that decision for you. All I can do is show you the way. This decision is 100% in your hands, but choose carefully, because what you decide to do in the next few minutes is going to determine how you live the rest of your life. Years from now, you'll look back at this exact moment and realize this was the turning point that changed everything for you forever. So right now, the opportunity to get Nerve Freedom is waiting for you right below this video. You'll see the 6-month supply option of Nerve Freedom below this video, and all you have to do is choose it. And if you are not ready to get this 6-month supply, it's okay, because you still have the 2 and 3 bottles option. Whichever option you choose, these options give you the choice you thought you didn't have when you started this video. The choice to completely eliminate sciatic pain once and for all. And after you take Nerve Freedom and realize you've been standing for more than 20 minutes with no pain, and you realize for the first time in months, even years, that you can bend, twist, sit, and even run like you're still in your pain-free 20s, and you notice how easy it is to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up all day lasting energy. Your life and the way you experience it will forever change. And the only thing separating you from experiencing this pain-free life is the choice of which option you want. You made it this far, which tells me you're serious about your health and changing your life for the better. You're someone who truly wants to live a pain-free life. And the next step is going to make it all real for you. All you have to do is make the choice. The choice to never again let sciatica control how you live. After all, we only get one. And remember, no matter what option you choose, you're covered for 180 days guarantee. So I encourage you to choose our 6-bottle bundle while we still have bottles remaining. Because if you want to experience amazing long-term healing, the 6-bottle button is your way out. And the moment you choose the 6-bottle option is the moment you choose to take back control of your life. You should know that everyone who takes action today and secures the 6-bottle discount will receive 2 bonuses. The first bonus is a copy of the book, The Super Gut Code. Here's what you'll find inside this book, which was a bestseller in its launch year. How this Peruvian superfood reduces gut inflammation and slashes heart disease risk by 62%. How consuming this $2 Ayurvedic spice at 9 p.m. can make you sleep like a baby for long, uninterrupted hours. The real reason why 91% of Americans suffer from mineral deficiency, and how the herbal collation trinity can skyrocket nutrient absorption. The centenarian's microbiome cocktail that Japanese scientists say is the key to extending your health span for more than a decade, and much, much more. This book hasn't been available for over 2 years, and the only way to get a copy now is to buy one of the rare editions online, which sell for $77. But today, when you secure your Nerve Freedom kit, you'll get it sent to your email for free. The third gift is a digital copy of the book, 101 Herbal Healing. Have you ever wanted to learn about the true healing power of Mother Nature? I'm talking about using scientifically proven medicinal plants to solve problems like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, memory loss, and even low libido. For each of these issues, nature offers an option. And the best part? It's safe. No side effects, no injections, no pills. This solution could save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars a year on doctors and pills. Normally, this digital book sells for $67, but now the choice is yours, completely free to make. Let's quickly recap everything you'll receive with the 6-bottle kit. 6 bottles of Nerve Freedom, free shipping, the ebook 101 Herbal Healing, the ebook The Super Gut Code. All of this for just $49 per bottle. See that button below this video? All you have to do is click it. That button is your way out. Click that button and realize that clicking it is the only thing standing between you and getting complete relief from your sciatica. Click that button button and realize it's the only thing standing between you and sitting comfortably to drive or finally taking that vacation you've always dreamed of. Click that button and understand it's the only thing standing between you and a pain-free life. Click that button and set yourself free. Freedom is waiting for you on the other side of that button. And remember, this is 100% risk-free because all the risk is on me. If you're not happy for any reason, or even no reason at all, just let me know and I'll personally make sure you're fully refunded, every single penny, no questions asked. And you know what? You can even keep everything free of charge as my way of saying thanks for giving Nerve Freedom an honest shot. Think about it. If I'm wrong, you're out 3 minutes of your time and a quick email to cancel. But what if I'm right? All I'm asking you to do is try. I'm not asking you to say yes. I'm asking you to say maybe for 180 days. That gives you 6 full months to see if Nerve Freedom works for you. Just like it worked for thousands of folks who were told pain is just a part of getting older. But deep down, they refused to give up and accept defeat. And I know you're exactly the same way. You're a fighter who refuses to let pain run your life one more day. And right now, you're ready to fight back and win. Right now, you can do it in the easiest and most comfortable way possible. It's time to use everything I just showed you to eliminate your sciatic pain for good. And if you don't, then you don't pay. And you keep everything free of charge. Everything I just told you probably goes against what you've heard from these so-called specialists who claim to be sciatica experts. I can only ask you one question. How many of their patients are living pain-free? Listen, it's up to you. A month from today, you can be nothing more than 30 days older. Or you can be on your way to taking back control of your pain and your life. You decide. Still here? Well, I want you to ask yourself, why? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be that poor soul who keeps suffering with sciatic pain shooting down your leg? Or the person who lives in comfort? The person living in fear of bending down to pick up your grandkid? Or do you want to be the one who gets back to moving freely, just like nature intended? Do you want to let the discomfort of sciatica control you? Or do you want to rediscover what it feels like to wake up well-rested and go to bed pain-free? Do you want to continue to let sciatica dictate how you live? Or do you want to reclaim the joy of movement that we all take for granted? Listen, I know there's always doubts crawling around in your brain when you're about to do something big. Heck, that's just human nature. But at some point, the logic has to kick in. Your health and your life could be going way up, all while the severity of your sciatica could be going way down. You're not risking 1 red cent, but you could win the whole dang lottery here. So the real question is, how can you want to get rid of your sciatica and not do this? You already made the mistake of believing in some of the biggest misconceptions in our industry. Don't make another one by not healing your sciatica while you still have the chance. And when you really think about it, this decision isn't just a decision you're making now, but a decision you're making for the rest of your life. This decision isn't just about you, it's about your family. They want to see you happy and healthy. They want to see you make these golden years the best years of your life because you deserve it. And from now on, every time you wake up in zero pain, every time you walk out your front door, when you're seated at your grandchild's wedding and dancing with them at their reception, you'll think back to this very moment right here. Will you find yourself filled with regret because you passed up the opportunity to do something while you still had time? Or will you be enjoying the stress-free, pain-free life you always wanted, all because of the decision you made right now while you still had the chance? Let me ask you straight up, if you don't do it now, when it's this easy, when will you do it? The time is now, while you can see plain as day what's on the line here. Now's the time to do right by yourself and your future self too. Click that button. Click it now and let's give you back the power. Take your first steps toward living sciatica-free. Remember, it's completely risk-free. I'm not asking you to do anything, I'm just asking you to try. If you don't soothe your sciatic pain, you don't pay. So where are those doubts coming from? You've seen with your own 2 eyes how this can turn your whole life around. It's time to unshackle yourself from the sciatica chains that bind you. It's time to set yourself free. Click the button below right now and take back control of your life. Click the button. This isn't a joke. We're talking about your future, plain and simple. You've already come this far, haven't you? We both know you're serious. Now's the time to prove it. You watched this video. You've seen the rock-solid science. You've seen it work for others. You know it'll work for you. The button you see below, it's not just a button. It's your escape plan. It's you breaking the chains and finally saying, sciatica is no longer going to control my life. Look, it's not your fault you you've been suffering with this debilitating nerve pain, but now that you know what to do about it, it will be your fault if you don't do something about it. Click the button. Do it now, or forever wish you did. Click the button below, and I will have a special surprise waiting for you on the other side that I can't publicly talk about here. Something that will take everything I just told you and do it for you, but for even longer. Something you will have to see to believe. Click that button now, and I'll see you on the other side, where I'll show it to you. This has been Dr. Frederick Euler, and I can't wait to hear your success story with nerve freedom.